Raj's basement, you are right. Good morning, Canada. Good morning, Resurrection. Welcome to, we're coming down to the wire. We are at our, I suppose this would sort of be quarterfinals in a way. I know it's been a long tournament, but we're down to our final four. I'll quickly pull up what our matches today here are going to look like. Ooh, can I get the sound still going on this? I'm learning here with you folks. Am I gonna? Oh, there we go. We still got on the back. Right now, we're coming up on Daniel on... Oh, did they switch? They did switch. So Daniel's now red. I think they might be running a practice match right now. Alright, yeah, they just got into it. We have Daniel on red, Lucky on blue. We're gonna get into a bit of a practice match. I guess I can pull it up once again. I kind of skimmed over it. Right now we have Daniel versus Lucky. This is going to be for fourth place for the loser. Third place is going to be going up against Cage right after. So this is a little tense, even if you win. I mean, I'm hoping our players, you know, can get a little pause, a little break. But there was a lot on the line here. Between me and you, there's a little bit of tension in the room. I believe Cage said that someone very important is with him here today. So I think there are people who are a bit new to the club, but who have a lot of influence. Oh, hello, Daniel Larson. Today I have the chat up. I've decided, you know, be a bit more in the know, see what the chat's going on about. Yeah, today we have two matches. We have Lucky versus Daniel up here right now. Daniel, oh, I'll switch right through that. Daniel on his signature D Bowser name playing some Mewtwo. And Lucky, you know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Still running Greninja. Greninja's running right off stage with that forward smash. Very even game right here. Might have caught on if you've been here enough, but these matches usually 7 minutes, so you can tell kind of when you get to these matches where, you know, it's been a few minutes, coming up on 2 now. Pretty even. Mewtwo, Daniel here sitting at a bit of a higher percentage. Lucky, you remember from his match from Gavin, can sometimes struggle to get those kills, but not with that forward air. Now I'm hoping maybe later I might be able to talk to Xander, who's currently sitting in championships waiting for a match. I might try to get his word on what he thinks of this match. Because he's played against Daniel, and I think, yeah, he's played against Daniel, and he played against Xander. These are 3 people coming up, actually. All 3 people here have a reason to fight up against Xander. Xander defeated Daniel in round 1, then he went on to defeat Lucky in round 2, and then beat Cage. Excuse me, all 3 of which are still here. There are final 4. I think there is definitely a vengeance story here to play. See a few more people coming through. Don't worry, folks, you haven't missed anything. This is just a little bit of a practice match between the two. You know, a bit of button checks. Maybe even learning your opponent a bit. I don't actually know if Daniel and Lucky have played against each other even in general. But from what we're seeing here, very even match. But Daniel, luckily just a practice match. Lucky maybe had some time to think about what went wrong. Daniel here takes that practice match. And I think with that, they're going to get right into it. We have a bit of a audience here today. Going with Battlefield. Those platforms can be... You've seen... oh, never mind. They're going right back. I think they caught. They're having a bit of a discussion. Do they want to run Battlefield? Do they not? They're going to switch to Final Destination. Complete switch. I think someone in there might have caught it. I'm not sure who is more favorable to those flat maps. I think we also see, I think someone over there is switching controllers. They're switching Joy-Cons. Trying to get, you might see a little connecting signal here. Yeah, we got a green on the right and a pink on the left. I think I know which controllers he's using. These are, we have these, oh yeah, as you can see. Oh, that's a right green controller. I do not know which right green controller we have, unless someone has brought their own. But I think with that, they're ready to go. And we are going to get right into the exchange there. I'll forget about me, because this is Lucky and Daniel's match. Daniel on red, Lucky on blue. Very quick-paced game. Unlike their previous match there with Battlefield, I think those platforms might have been stopping them. Daniel able to read the Shadow Sneak. These confusions, these little blinding blasts that Mewtwo is sending out is really disrupting Lucky's flow, sorry. Lucky. I think he's learned that, you know, running right up, that does risk him something. So he's going to try to send Mewtwo up, get him out through that top blast zone. These two players, I think, both Pokemon, bit of a Pokemon battle, but I think they both know what to do, and Lucky knows how to throw Daniel right off. Takes that first stock here. I think we're going to see Lucky throwing Mewtwo around. Daniel having none of it, though. He's going to throw him right off of him. Try to get him off stage. He tries to predict. Greninja just too fast. Able to jump around. Daniel pressure trying to get that easy back throw to kill. But I think he's relying on it too heavily. I think he's going in now. But Lucky able to use that Shadow Strike, that Shadow Sneak. Goes invisible, you can't see where it's coming from. He's back on stage. Now Daniel's on the back foot. Lucky sending him off stage. That Water Shuriken is always, especially against Gavin, been a good, reliable kill, much like that back throw. But Lucky keeping him in the air and predicting the teleport. Not able to catch him the second time around, but he is able to drag him off the top. Hasn't taken any damage. Stares out into the sunset. I think he's thinking, this is my game. I think a few players here, Daniel, Cage, first ones to come to mind, have kind of some fun characters they like to start with. If you remember Daniel and Eric's match, Daniel did struggle with Mewtwo, but then switched to Bowser. I'm wondering if we're going to see the same thing if he loses this match. But it isn't over yet. I will try to hold my predictions. So we still got a great fight going on. Lucky, again, trying to juggle Mewtwo around. Daniel, though, getting thrown around. He's not sure what to do until he gets back on stage. But up smash just not reaching. But he's able to counter Lucky, where he can get that forward air, that giant water blade. Lucky trying to do the counter. Bit of an odd move for him there. But he predicts the jump out and is able to take the first game 2 stocks up. Bit of a showy display from Lucky there. As we are going to get into the next round. As we see, I think Daniel losing, he does get pick of the stage. I think it might have been Daniel here who was trying to go for Battlefield. And there it is. There's the Taunt King, Bowser. Lucky, though, staying confident in his Greninja pick. Each of them making sure they know who they're repping. And they're going to get into it. I think Daniel here, definitely using Mewtwo as a bit of a flex pick, a bit of an unusual character. With Bowser, Bowser's where it really comes in. Bowser's surprisingly fast in this game. A lot of characters in Ultimate, very fast, but not a lot faster than Greninja besides maybe Sonic. Trying to predict the Shadow Sneak, but he goes a little too far in. And he's gonna drag the two of them down for that first stock. I don't even know if Daniel meant to do that, or if he said, if you're going down, I'm going down with you. And that is the scary part about Bowser. You get too close, you try to fish him off stage, and he could just take you with him. but you do need a stop lead to make that count, because Bowser does always die first. I think Daniel knows he can't, consistently do that. I think Lucky's taking advantage of that. He's running in, making quick attacks, just trying to get that percentage up. Daniel, unlike his match with Eric, we don't see a taunt, we don't see any shenanigans here. He is playing to win. He wants to get that grudge match back on Xander. It's hard. He's trying to figure out, can I clear past Lucky here? Do I know who I rep? Getting some philosophical questions out here from Mirage. We turn back to our match. Lucky really trying to use these up airs, but Bowser, a few options to easily kill, and that down smash is one of them. Baits out the counter. Greninja on their last life, but Bowser's not in any good position here. That down air can be a little tricky. Sometimes you don't know where it's going. There's Water Shurikens buying a bit of time. Not able to get the kill. And I think Daniel has a stock advantage. He knows he can just drag Greninja off. I think Lucky's aware of it too. Because at any second, gets too close. And stuff like that could happen. Bowser Bomb, dragging him down. Luckily, hitbox doesn't hit, but it does! I hear some cheering. Val, you and I both think this is a very technical game. We're coming down to the wire. I think it's Lucky's choice once again. I see Cage patting Daniel on the back. We don't see any switches. We don't need to. Daniel here knows that his Bowser won out in the last round. Lucky, though, no reason to switch. Is Lucky playing a different skin? I don't think I've seen that. Lucky playing just basic Greninja. There's a bit of an evolution. We're going to get into our final match here. Loser will be walking home with 4th place. Nothing to be ashamed of, but everyone here going for the gold. Battlefield. Definitely having to make Daniel play a lot more aggressively. But it works out for Greninja, not having those platforms distract him. Lucky here. I think those down airs are not working for Daniel. He's flying more than he's falling. And we're wondering here, but he can scoop that up. That Bowser Bomb, if it hits you all the way to the ground, it is a volatile attack. But those down airs, I don't know what he's doing. That move is supposed to drag you down a lot more like that Bowser Bomb. But I don't know what he's doing to make himself float up. Maybe it's a bit of a psychological game they have going here. As Lucky trying to hold him out with ledge. Shadow Sneak, but he gets predicted. Bowser, though, can struggle at ledge, but not getting that kill right off the top. Lucky down a stock. I think Lucky's going to have to try to get this stock in very quick. I don't know how much Water Shuriken's going to do for him in this matchup. He might have to go off stage, try to contest him, because Daniel is having no issue recovering, and he's having no issue on stage, but he finally able to throw him off the top. Send this Koopa to his grave. The king comes back with a vengeance. Bowser, Daniel, not here to give up after getting tossed round in the first round. I think Mewtwo might have just been a bit of fun for him. A bit of halftime entertainment. Calm before the storm. That is his Bowser. Lucky here has to play against a character who may not outspeed him, but most of the time can just take him out like that. Lucky down to his last stock. I think I heard some chanting in the studio. very intense game we have here. As Greninja, unlikely victim, getting juggled around by Bowser. I don't think Lucky knows what to do here. We got some wave dashing. I'm surprised we haven't seen a taunt yet. But I think that was a one time. So we have Lucky being thrown off again. Daniel trying to get some of that off stage, but Greninja just with such an unusual recovery, it's hard to contest him. That down air. This may be it. Daniel just has to get him off the ledge, and he's using that Bowser Bomb. And that will be Lucky. Our 4th elimination, taking home 4th place. I think Lucky's definitely had a standout performance here. Definitely some good games. But sadly, I think he falls to an unlikely opponent, the Bowser. So that will be Daniel moving forward. And in just a few minutes, I'm going to see if he wants to take a little break, you know, sit back, you know, take a breath. But we already have some controllers pairing. Sorry, me. I think Cage might be getting right into it here. I'm not sure how much of a break Daniel needs. Maybe some people play better with the pressure. But Daniel looks calm. I wish I could show you, but he does look a little stressed. Might check in, see if they're going to need some time. I'll be right back with you folks. And while I'm there, I might get a little word from our champion Xander, see what he thinks of the matches.
Stop battle.
And we are back. They're going to get right into this. I asked Xander any thoughts on the match. His only words were, Cage is going to have to cook to impress, I think it might be his girlfriend here. They're good to go. Cage with so much more than the championship on the line here. And he's not going to make that same mistake as last time running a Little Mac. He gets right to the king. But Daniel, already getting 50%, just juggling him about. 75. Cage might be a little, you know, having some nerves here. Daniel has nothing. Daniel's just thinking of sweet victory. And he's juggling him around. And Daniel going off stage, hitting him against the stage. I think he's reminding Cage wherever they are. They are at semifinals right before the championship. This is a match for 3rd place. Cage getting juggled around. But I think Cage might be realizing it. He's gotten some percentage up. He's got 96. He just needs to find that confirmed. Daniel, smart choice. Using that throw to avoid the crown hitting him. And you see it again. He's using that throw last second. But Cage! Daniel tries to go for the spike. Cage says, that's my game. He is on the back foot here, but he was able to get that stock. But he loses his crown. It flies off stage. It's going to be a reflector that throws Cage right off stage. There was some potential. Oh, and now, you see, Daniel picked it up, threw it right back off. And Daniel able to catch Cage in that simple roll-up. We got a little bit of applause here. I think Cage might be getting scared. Cage, such a confident player, went up against Eric and Gavin, and now went up against Xander. Daniel, though. My eyes left the screen for just a second. Just coming down to the wire. This is a faster match. Daniel, unintentionally trying to go for that spike, helps Cage get back on stage. And it might be a little bit of a combo as a thank you card. Cage, though, 140%. This is no easy territory. But he does suck it up. I think we see Daniel's trying to go for a flashy play with that reflector. Both players trying to get that last kill confirmed. I think an up throw would have killed there instead, but it doesn't matter because the forward air. I do want to say, though, Cage was playing a good game there. Came back from what looked like a very bad defeat. I'm trying to see. He's looking to someone in the crowd. Cage. I think he's worried. He's a little worried. Daniel, though, stressed. Daniel has his face in his hands. He's not ready for this. This might be a quick match. I'm hoping not. We still have 15 minutes left of the lunch. If this goes quick, ladies and gentlemen, you know what? I might go out there and fight Xander for myself, but we're going to get right into it. Daniel didn't even lose, and he's switching to Bowser. I think he wants to close this out. He doesn't want to run that risk of that one-to-one stock. But Bowser is a little bit of a bigger character, which means those projectiles are a little harder to avoid. Cage, though, this time coming up with the very early percentages. I think this might have been a bad choice. I don't know. But he's already at 100. The tables have turned completely. Cage, though, maybe struggling to get that kill off. Maybe a forward smash, an up smash would have killed by now. But I think he's playing a longer game. He wants to get inside of Daniel's head and show him who's the better Croc here. Daniel, though, bigger character, able to survive a little more. Shiver me timbers right. As Daniel, 184, still living. Right as I say that. K-Rool gives him the old 1-2 with the claws. Cage making a creative choice. Keep himself off stage. Maybe risks a little bit of edge guarding with that crown. It's such a scary thing when a K-Rool loses his crown because it becomes a weapon against him. This might be death. It is not. I usually think up smashes. And Cage able to contest against that forward smash. And he's learned from Lucky not to fall in too quick. And he jumps over it. Cage is a new person. I think he remembered where he is. I think maybe someone whispered in his head a little Jiminy Cricket saying, remember what this is for. You were so close. Daniel now has a mountain to climb against. As he's not able to get that stock. 220. Cage is still alive. I think this may be death, though. Finally, 220. Cage is finally taking his first stock, but this is still a mountain, heavy to heavy. These lives, I'm tripping up. There's so much on the line here. Are we seeing a game 3? I don't know. Daniel tossing Cage around, but this is a match that I don't know is in his favor. He has to contest against somebody who can recover, somebody who can survive, somebody who can beat him at range and sometimes up close. But I think Daniel getting Cage a little nervous as he takes that second stock. Cage, what are you doing? What are you standing up for? He is up on his feet. Daniel composed on the ground. Daniel just really has to get this final stock in to claim it. And I think Cage is making some mistakes that early in the match he just wouldn't. He's falling into those attacks. He's falling into the fire. He finally makes his place on stage. This is such a close match. I don't know who's gonna take it. Cage needs to stop focusing on these projectiles and just get a kill in. But But I think he's in such a scared situation. He doesn't want to risk getting hit by a Bowser Bomb, a forward smash, any of these kill moves that at any second could take the stock. And it's Daniel! Star KO! Taking Cage off the top. I was not expecting that. That is such a scary thing to happen. I don't even think they noticed. I think they thought K. Rool's still in the foreground, still had a life to live. But no. And I think that is our final match for tomorrow sorted out. Cage, such a strong player, moving down to 3rd place. Daniel, tomorrow, same time as today, will be facing off against Xander. But as a little reminder for how these go, oh, what are we seeing here? Is this Cage? Cage versus, this is a little alternate universe play. Cage versus, Xander. A little showcase as to, what could be happening here if Cage is able to clutch that match out. But as I was saying, Cage is definitely a strong player. He went undefeated his first 2 games. Played against Xander, who is our current champion. Then had a very close match with Daniel. Daniel, though, I do not want to discredit him. Daniel, though, has had a star play here. He went from losing in the first match against Xander to climbing his way back up. I think both of these players had a story to tell. But the only one we're going to hear tomorrow, 10:45 EST here at the Resurrection Esports Arena, is Daniel versus Xander. And you know what? If people are interested, I think I might be able to, if the match closes out fast enough, I'll see if I can have a little champ to champ. See if I can play against Xander. Let's tune back into that match here. Cage. A little better performance than what we saw last time. Only at 22 on his second stock. Now throwing Pichu around. Oh, we have some interesting people in chat. Mirage's Basement. I think you've been one of our most dedicated viewers, Val. Got some excitement here. And we definitely have some exciting matches here. Take a little break. Once they're done, I'll show us the standings for next match. As King K. Rool is just thrown to the top. I did call this a little more of an even match. I think maybe with losing, Cage's nerves might have died down, but not those forward airs kicking Pichu into tomorrow, which isn't too bad for Xander, but a lot to work towards to tomorrow. I think this is a very fun match. It's Cage dragged down, but a little bit of backstory. We did run a bit of a older, I'm just realizing now it says 2 people. That could entirely be me with my phone up and you, Val, with your phone. That makes a lot of sense. I thought it was saying like me, you, and someone else. I forgot that I was here. But a little bit of backstory. Before this tournament, we did run a paid tournament. It was just a few dollars and winners got a Tim's gift card as a prize. Let's switch over. And Xander and Daniel were, I believe, the finals. So tomorrow we are having the grudge matches of all grudge matches. Let me switch over here, show you what we will have in about 30 minutes. Gonna have how many matches do we have? Oh, this has not been updated. Give me just 1 second here, folks. I will update these standings right here as I figure out my view only. Darn, view only. Darn. I can give you a little bit of a vocal story here. Don't mind a bit more of my chirping here. So, moving on down. Last week, you would have remembered that Merhaba and Aiden played against each other, and Merhaba came out on top, and Gabe and Israel played against each other, and Israel came out on top. You will also remember from that same day that Lucas and I played each other, and not to toot my own horn here, but I did manage to come out on top here. So, today we're going to have two matches. That is going to be Merhaba versus Israel, and the winner of that will play Lucas to play me tomorrow at 12. I definitely think here we are seeing a lot of underdog stories. People, especially, I would say Gavin in the first lunch, as well as, I would say Daniel's technically an underdog story. I've never doubted his performance, but he did fall off in the first match. And then Merhaba in second lunch. Merhaba, with no ill intent here, a bit of a joke. He does make some, rookie mistakes. He's new to the game, bit of a learner. But that has not stopped him from getting to fourth round quarterfinals. Switch back. Just gonna show you. Wasn't too much of a story to be told. No, Cage is talking to his girlfriend. Xander was able to clear out the match. And that is just about going to be time on today's matches. Again, as always, I thank you guys for showing up. Mostly you, Val. Oh, and we have a new viewer. I apologize. It's just been me and Mirage's basement here for a bit. But welcome to the stream. A little late, but I think I saw you popping in earlier. Right now, right here, we're going to have, I think, Eric play against... Very confused. Xander. But I think Xander, craving a bit of the action here today. He's going to have to wait till tomorrow. And I hope you enjoyed the stream. I've noticed, I've listened back to my tracks, I can be a little tired. I do have to go through school. But I hope today, I feel like I brought a little more energy to the set. And hopefully next break I can bring a little more. I do enjoy having a chat here. This is a nice improvement. But yes. So as I said here, we have some great matches coming up. Merhaba versus Israel. Winner of that will be playing Lucas, who will play me tomorrow. And also, I'll talk a little more about this tomorrow, since it'll be in the moment, in the time. But tomorrow is actually the last day of our esports in general. We have some classes that need to use the space. So sadly, it'll be the last you hear from me or most people here at Esports. I think this has definitely been, as we see here, oh, Eric taunting. No good reason to do that. You're kind of losing this match, Eric. Val, you can't say that. Val, cut Val off. Yes. Eric getting thrown off with that electricity. I hope this match can kind of just be a little background for you guys. But we are seeing some star players here. I'll get more sad about it tomorrow. I'll hopefully come onto the mic, get to say some final words. I can't promise anything, but I'm hoping, as I hear the bell for our lunch coming, I hope that in the years to come that we can keep running Smash Bros. I likely won't be here to commentate. But hopefully maybe I can join some of you in the chat cheering on our players. Xander gonna take another match. This is a big mountain to climb tomorrow for Daniel. I think Pichu for Xander. He's gone undefeated. I have to look back, but I don't think Xander has dropped even a match yet. So I think we're definitely having some tense games here. They're really kind of down to the wire here as Eric... Is Eric the one playing Mewtwo? Or is Daniel still here? I guess we'll see by the way he plays. Oh, this is most definitely Daniel. Even with the name. Oh, but maybe not. Oh, no, maybe. There's someone standing directly in front of me. I cannot see too much ahead of me. But I think we'll leave you with this last little match here as we are going to take a brief break for about 30 minutes. And then we'll be coming back with some more Smash Brothers gameplay here on the Resurrection Esports livestream. Home of the Phoenix, as always. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching our matches. Thank you for cheering on our players. Definitely some tense matches today. I think we only got a bigger one tomorrow. We will see you all in just over 30 minutes. Take care, folks.